Look in that camera, show the ladies your pretty face. This is Ricky Robertson, currently ranked #1 in the state at 182. State champion off the Sandburg team state champion. And, Ricky, before we get into Sandburg, I see you're out here spying. You guys must have had an early practice. What did you see today between these two teams?
A lot of good, tough wrestling. I mean, it was a grind between both teams. You know it's going to be when you got two of the top 3 teams in the state, top national teams out there. So, it's going to be a grind from the get-go. A lot of good wrestling, a lot of fighting, good hard fighting in the matches. So it was a good duel overall.
And it seems like that this could go down a long way to go, but come February between you guys, the Sandburg Eagles,
exactly,
and Marist and Oak Park there, how much of a difference do you see in the 3 teams?
Well, over us, I think we're pretty much the same team as last year. Maybe
they are too.
Yeah, exactly. OPRF, I think, is a little younger at some of their spots.
Yes.
So, I mean, they have that young aspect. But, I mean, Paul's a great coach, and he developed his wrestlers very well. So, they're always ready to go. Marist is just as tough last year. I see our team, too. I think we match up pretty good with both teams. So, I mean, this year
do you have a duel with either one of these teams?
No, we don't. I mean, possibly at the Clash we might be able to see them. We're all there at the Clash this year, so hopefully we'll get to see one of them, if not both, this year. So we're looking forward to that. Looking forward to wrestling at Team State.
Right. Well,
anywhere we can. I mean, we're ready to go.
I'm sure. You guys are the state champs, and you won it in dramatic fashion. Did you see how Oak Park won that duel today? That's the same way they lost to you guys.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So obviously, lesson learned from Oak Park, right?
Yes. I mean, it's funny how things go. One match you win one, you lose one. I mean, wrestling's a crazy sport, and anything can happen any day of the week.
And getting ready for this duel today, I happened to watch the state finals last night, and it was just as exciting watching it months later.
Oh, yeah.
For me, have you watched the match since then?
I've watched it, actually. I've probably watched it 2 or 3 times afterwards. I mean, it's an exciting thing to watch, and when you get chills when you talk about it almost. I mean, it was a great thing to be a part of that team, and I'm looking forward to doing it again this year, hopefully.
Now, personally for yourself, you're at 182. This duel started at 182. That had to be kind of like, I could do that.
Yeah.
But how are you doing at your weight this year? What do you think?
Right now I'm wrestling up at 195, so get to wrestle with some of those bigger boys. But I'm looking forward to go down to 182. And this year I mainly want to show a lot of my dominance and just show that I'm one of the top nation's wrestlers this year. I mean, hopefully.
Well, you're ranked in the top 10 in the country, correct?
Correct, yeah.
And having lived that life with my own kid, I know there's some pressure to that. I mean, not that you go out there and think about, well, I'm ranked, but you don't want to go out there and stink up the joint.
Yeah, exactly. You always want to wrestle your best, and I don't know. I have fun when I wrestle and on the bench. So I mean, you don't always want to be like all stressed out there. I think having fun all the time is a good thing. So I tend to like to do that. So I'm looking forward to this year.
And I just got one more question before I turn you over to Mac, and I just thought of this. You wrestled in the Mount Carmel program in the beginning of your career.
Yes.
And then at Sandburg. Having now been at 2 elite programs, does that provide like a little extra, I don't want to say edge, but like a different feeling than if you'd have been in one school all along? Or do you feel like you missed something if you'd have been at Sandburg all along? Or I know you don't have regrets, obviously, but did the experience of being at 2 different schools, what did that do for you?
Well, you get both coaches, which, I mean, as many coaches as you get taught by is helpful all the time. I mean, you have with Derwinski there, and then on my off-season program I have Izzy, and then Coach Sieber, Coach Poles, who were both
You just Hall of Famers all over the place.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my man.
So, I mean,
that's what you do. You get better by working with better guys.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, Mac, what do you got here for the #1 guy in the state?
I just got one question. Okay, last year, obviously, for you as an individual, it ended up in kind of a disappointment.
Yes, it did.
Okay. Is there anything specifically that you tried to work on in the off season to make yourself better? Technically, part of your standing, your mat wrestling, anything you worked on in the off season to make you better this year?
I think a lot of things were my short offense and even a little bit of my defense on my feet. I mean, I hadn't got shot on a lot last year, so I didn't really had to work on my short offense and defense. So that was the main key aspects that we've been working on over the off season, and still now. There's always time to improve. So that's what we've been working on as a coaching staff and the wrestling room right now.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, man, thanks for coming up and talking with us, Ricky.
Thank you.
You know, we'll be around to see the Eagles. You guys always fly high, man.
We do.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.